Hey guys, KP Jax. Today is Christmas Eve. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon and I'm off from my job for the next week and a half. My company makes us take the last week and a half or 2 weeks. It's been getting shorter and shorter every year. Last year it was 2 weeks. This year it's like 10 days. So I guess it just kind of depends on where Christmas actually falls. But so we're off and I'm just on my way to pick up my kids. And I hadn't posted a video in a little while. Kind of not much going on. Haven't really come up with a new video idea. Haven't really seen any crazy drivers, so I haven't put any dash cam videos up. So what I am doing is picking up my kids. And so I figured, hey, what better time do I have to talk than while I'm driving? And, the reason for the season, the Christmas season. And, me being a Christian, I believe, we're celebrating Christmas. We're celebrating the birth of Christ. Some people don't believe that. Some people, they'll admit that Jesus was a man and that he was here on earth for 30 plus years, but they won't admit that he was the Son of Christ, which is fine. You don't have to believe what I believe. That is one of the most beautiful things about our country is that I don't have to believe what you believe and you don't have to believe what I believe, and we can still get along. Now, there's some other countries where if you don't believe what they believe, they kill you. They cut off your head and they parade it around town, or they stone you to death. And we went through a period way back, with the witch trials, and people were Christians and they believed in witchcraft and that stuff, but we're not there anymore. So the reason for the season for me is the birth of Jesus, and we try to instill that in our daughter and our 2-year-old twins. It's not about gifts. It's not about that toy that you want this year, or that thing that you can get. It's about giving something to someone without expecting anything in return, which kind of gets me in conflict with my other family members, because they ask me what I want, and I'm like, I don't want or need anything. If there's things that I need, I usually get them throughout the year because they're for a specific need, for a project or for something, and that's what I do. So now I have no idea what I'm getting. I'm kind of excited. I do like gifts, but I'm a practical gift kind of person. So, if somebody gives me a card, that's nice. But if you give me a power drill, it's better. Not just because of the value of the drill over the card, but it's because something I'm going to use over and over and over, and I will actually end up thinking about that person when I get that drill. When I get my tool to do whatever job I'm doing. So I like practical things, wireless cell phone charger, a new cord, a cell phone mount, something for my computer, something that's going to make my life easier from day to day, that kind of thing. I don't like getting gifts that somebody can't use, like a birthday card or a Christmas card, a picture of my family. We'll send you a picture of the family. That's not a big deal. But if I'm going to buy something for somebody, I want them to be able to use it so that they'll think of me as being their friend or somebody who, got it for them, that they can use it to improve or better their life. But we try to instill, the reason for the season for our daughter and for us is the birth of Jesus. And it seems more and more so these days that Christianity, not necessarily Christianity, more so of standing by your beliefs in general, is under attack. So I may not believe in, let's say, the right for 2 gay people to get married. And that's fine. You want to get married? Okay, whatever. I have some racist relatives who say some really crazy stuff. Like, I love my winners like I love my neighbors. White. And I just look at him and shake my head. I'm like, my father didn't raise me like that. And you know, my dad, when I was, I want to say about 5 years old, we had a neighbor who lived under us in an apartment when we lived in Southern California, you know, 30 years ago, who would harass us. We moved in, and from day one, this guy harassed us. And, you know, black guy, which really doesn't matter because anybody can do it. But came down to it that, you know, my mom was scared for her life one day because of whatever he was doing. And my dad came home, and, you know, he rode a motorcycle at the time, and this guy came running out with a baseball bat and started beating my dad. And I'm 5 years old, I have no idea. So luckily, you know, my dad had his helmet on still before he was off of his motorcycle. You know, the guy almost beat him to death. You know, he came home with a white t-shirt on and went to the ER with a red t-shirt, and that guy ended up getting thrown in prison. So right there, I could easily say I hate all black people simply because of what one idiot did, you know, 30 years ago. But that's not how my dad raised me, you know. And he's Christian. I believe he's Baptist. My mom, pretty sure she was Catholic, and I go to a Pentecostal church, and you know, denominations are just kind of silly. I think they really just showed up, you know, whenever they did because of the fact that somebody didn't like something being read out of the Bible and it was taken into a different context. And so they decided to start the fifth chapter of the Christian church of Baba Ganoush, whatever. I think that's why we have so many different denominations, but then we still have that core belief of Jesus. So anyway, the reason for, you know, the season is giving and loving on your neighbors. You know, one of my dad's favorite saying is, do unto others as, you know, you want done to yourself. And he's been an amazing person to show me that all my life. You know, I mean, he would help people move, he would give them money, he would give them food, he would give them rides, he would give them clothes, you know, clothing, and we do the same thing. Not to boast or brag on it, but it's just, people are supposed to take care of people as best you can. You know, you can't give money and food if you're taking food out of your family's mouth. You know, I can't, somebody can ask me for money, but if I need to feed my child, I'm going to feed my child first, and then I will help feed them. So we try to help out. And one of these years, we're going to end up, you know, we may not just do presents one year. We may end up going to like a homeless shelter or something like that, and feeding, you know, helping to feed them. So that's about it. Just remember the reason for the season. You know, it's not about the gifts. The gifts are nice, but it's more about the gesture. So if you get, you know, some little handmade thing that is, you know, Elmer's glued together, be happy about it. Be excited about it. You know, let them know that you're appreciative and that you appreciate them as the person, not about what they can do for you or what they can give to you. You know, if your family wants to hang out and you don't get along, make some time and hang out. You know, you can suck it up. You can suck up being uncomfortable. You can suck up being unhappy. You can suck up whatever for 30 minutes or an hour or whatever. But, you know, your family loves you. Hopefully. I'm sure there are some cases where, you know, you don't go near your family simply because families hate each other. Just remember why you celebrate Christmas. Hopefully it's not just for the presents. Hopefully it's for the family, the friendship, the feeling, the love. Share the love, man. You know, call your family and hang out with them. You know, I have family that I haven't seen in 10 years since my mom passed away, simply because they're in California. So we try to send cards back home. I can't fly home every year. I can't fly home every couple years. It's, you know, over $1,000 to fly from Florida to California to stay, to get a car, rental, hotel, place to sleep, food. I mean, just to go and say hi, it's quite a bit. It's expensive, but I always try to stay in touch with them. And now, my dad and my brother are here, so it's my mom's side of the family who's out there. She passed away back in 2008, so it's her side of the family that's out there, who was amazing to us as kids. When my family needed help, they were there, so we try to help them if we can, and we definitely try to stay in touch. So just make sure that you're loving on your family, and that you're helping them out, because sometimes they won't say it, but they do need help. So have a Merry Christmas. That's it. I said Christmas. I don't say holidays. I don't like it when people say Happy Holidays. I don't say Happy Holidays when somebody says Happy Kwanzaa, or when the Jewish people talk about Hanukkah. I'm sure there are other ones, but I say the day. Whether or not I agree with the day or not, it's Merry Christmas. I don't say Xmas or anything like that. And if somebody doesn't like it, somebody doesn't like it. I really don't care. I don't do political correctness. It's one of the things that I've always hated. I think it's weakening our people, is being politically correct. People being afraid of offending. And so too many people are offended too easily. I don't know, just wussification of our people being politically correct all the time. You need your feelings hurt, and you need to grow thick skin sometimes. So I'm going to say Merry Christmas, and I'll see you guys later.